Hello everyone, it's Tio speaking. So I know I said that my last video would be my last, but this one really is my last. So I'm just going to get this out here real quickly. As of the 16th of this month, that's 3 days from now, at least from the time that I'm posting this. As of the 16th, Ionia is going to be ended. It'll be done. And, I know that that's probably shocking. It's probably bad news. But this is going to open up the door to new opportunities. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in a minute. But so Ionia did not generate nearly the amount of revenue that it would take to keep the server alive this last month. Not even close. We're not talking a small shortcoming here. And I talked to Balake about it, and there's been a lot of other problems as well. And let's just all be honest here. Shit's just not going good in Ionia. Okay, I don't even play in Ionia anymore. Okay, I'm not even part of this, and I hear about it almost every day from different people. Almost every day I hear about this happened in Ionia, that happened in Ionia, drama, 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 drama. Shit's just really gotten out of hand, and at the point that it's gotten to with the server, Balake and I both agree that at this point, putting more funds into it, continuing it, would just be putting it on life support. And you're probably wondering, well, why don't we just pass ownership again? Well, we've already done that. The player base already went through a massive transition. And quite honestly, I hate to insult anyone with this, but there's just no one out there in this server who is even qualified to do that. Okay, I'm not taking a stab at anyone here, but being a server owner, I'm also not trying to toot my own horn, but being a server owner takes a lot. You have to be able to manage a team. You have to have a lot of technical knowledge and be able to fix a lot of problems. You have to have a lot of time on your hands. When I was the owner of this, I was dedicating like 50 hours, sometimes 80 hours a week to this shit. Okay. You're going to have to deal with drama. You're going to have to enforce rules. Like, there's a whole plethora of shit you're going to have to deal with. And it's not for everyone. And there's really not anyone available who has the qualifications to do that. You also need the financial resources. Like, there's some people who, they've got most of the basic qualities that you'd look for, but they don't have the finances. Finding someone with the whole package, not going to happen. And frankly, and you might not like me for saying this, but we think that Ionia is ready to come to an end. Ionia has been around for a long time. Ionia has been around now for almost 2 years. 2 months from now, I believe it's May 23rd. May 23rd will be Ionia's 2-year anniversary. Okay? That's really long for a Minecraft server. Yeah, there are servers that have lasted longer, but for the most part, that's about as long as servers tend to live. I mean, that's a really long time to be playing the same Minecraft world. So, anyway, we have decided that at this point in time, the server's done. Our stories have been told, and it's for some of you, your story may have just begun, but unfortunately, the story of the server as a whole, it's time to come to an end. So, now that being said, it's not all doom and gloom. Okay, it's not all doom and gloom. We have some things we're going to do to kind of ease the pain of the process, all right? So first of all, the world will be for download for a long time from Ionia's engine website, or just from me personally. And you could take that world file. If you want to start Ionia back up and you think you have what it takes, you've got the resources and whatever, you could take that world file and you could install the plugins and you could essentially start up a new Ionia. It'd be the same exact map, and you could get the same plugins, and you could have a legit Ionia 2.0 if that's what you really want to do. Or you could just take that map, you could put it in your single player world so that you could look at your builds. And here's something else we're even going to do. If you contact us here pretty soon, we'll even make schematics for you, okay? And even if you don't get a hold of us before the 16th to make those schematics, then you can always download the world file, and you could go into single player and you could make a schematic of your builds from single player. And with that, you could actually paste your builds in any server, so long as they're cool with that. It doesn't really matter. You have those builds forever. So no one's going to have to go without their builds or anything like that. Unfortunately, the server won't be around anymore, and there's nothing we can do to ease that, but we're at least going to try to make it as easy on you guys as we can. Okay? Now, I don't want to push my own cause in something like this. This isn't meant to be something to benefit myself, but as a lot of you guys probably have heard, I have started up a new server. After I left, after about a month of being away from it all, I realized I missed it, and I realized that all I really needed was to have some balance in my life, and I could do this and still enjoy it. And so I did come back. I have started up a new server. You guys can join that. It's very similar to Ionia. In fact, again, not trying to toot my own horn too much, but it's pretty much everything that Ionia was, but done better. And if you want to find out about that, you can come in and see for yourself. But anyway, you guys can come there. It's the IP address is valcrestmc.com. Okay, I'll put a link to that in the description below. I'll also put a link to the website. And again, I'm not doing that to promote my own cause. Our server has plenty of players in it. It's actually much bigger than Ionia at this point. We've only been around a few weeks. So I'm not like desperate for players or trying to recruit or anything, but I'm just letting you guys know there is a similar server out there to Ionia that you can go to, where you can find pretty much the same type of gameplay, but better. Okay? So otherwise, I guess there's really not much more to say than just that. It's been good. We've had a lot of great stories to tell here in Ionia, and I hope we can all stay in touch, and I hope that we can remember those good stories and maybe forget about some of the not so good stories that happened in the last month or two, because we really did have a lot of good memories. So this is my final goodbye for real this time. The server won't be here as of the 16th. That is a final decision. I guess one last thing I want to say is this. Please refrain from harassing Balake, okay? Have some decency. Balake put a lot of his time, a lot of his effort, a lot of his energy into running this server. He spent his own personal finances on this, and he did everything he could, and he was faced with a lot of serious challenges. And I still insist, I still swear by my decision that when I chose him to be the owner of this server, that he was the best person for the job, and I still swear he did a great job in doing that. Okay, so he deserves no criticisms from any of you guys. And so I'm just going to say as my last piece here, refrain from doing that. Have some decency, all right? So anyway, that's it. Goodbye.